Hey, I'm Natalie.
And I'm Max.
And we're cruising Israel for ILTV. From the tastiest dishes to the craziest locations, every Sunday we're driving to the hottest spots Israel has to offer. So,
let's roll.
Let's go. Max, are you up for some fun today?
I'm up for whatever. What you got?
We're going to this place called Sky Kiff.
Yalla B'Kef.
Okay, let's go. Ever dreamt of flying and relying only on the wind? I'm out here in the Negev where I got to partake in this unique hobby, gliding. Using the same wind birds used to fly, you can soar up to great heights around the surrounding cities. Gliding involves unpowered aircraft, which is attached to a tow plane with a rope. The glider then gets lifted in the air and ventures off on its own.
If we have a good condition, the glider can fly from here, Beersheba, to Jerusalem, and then to Eilat, and then back to Teiman. It's about 400 kilometers, 500 kilometers, independent of the weather. I start to learn now to fly glider after 20 years towing glider. In my age, 17, it's time to start.
The Negev Gliding Center is one of the 4 gliding clubs in Israel. It includes 2 towing planes and 7 gliders. The glider has dual flight controls for you and your instructor. So during the flight, you may take the controls and experience the sensation of flying a glider yourself.
It's an amazing sport. The only issue is that because this old club, which I'm the chairman of the club, is all based on volunteers. Nobody here get any salary. It's all volunteers. The tow pilots, the instructors, the people who work here all around are all volunteers. So there is nobody that will do the job but you. So in order to fly a few hours, you have to come early in the morning, get the gliders ready, clean them, check them, bring them here to the beginning of the strip. Then you have to hopefully fly or support people to get up flying, to stay the whole day, and in the afternoon put the gliders back in the hangar and only then go home.
Because Israel is such a small country, gliders are only allowed to fly when Israel's Air Force is not flying, which means Fridays and Saturdays. So if you are a thrill seeker and want to soar up into the sky, this is the sport for you. So that was Kif. I almost feel like doing it again.
I thought you had enough craziness for today already.
Nah, and we even have another attempt to reach the skies, but that's coming up.
Reach the skies? Are you trying to kill me, Natalie?
I guess we'll never know, Max. Anyways, let's go. We're here today in Kiryat Ono to meet some of the participants in Beit HaLochem, an organization which provides support for wounded soldiers and terror victims. Beit HaLochem Center aims to provide a haven for those whose lives have been affected by the wounds of warfare. Professional coaches work at these centers, providing guidance and support.
I'm the coach of the climbing team in Beit HaLochem, together with another coach. And Beit HaLochem is actually an organization that takes care of the well-being of soldiers that were injured or that were hurt during their army service in Israel. This group here is a climbing group for Beit HaLochem. We founded it in 2011, and now we have approximately, over 25, maybe 30 people climbing.
Sports activity enables people with physical or mental disabilities to experience excitement and achievement. They learn to rise above their limitations and challenge both the mind and the body.
The Beit HaLochem generally organize many activities. This is one of the activities. I also took part of in the volleyball team in Beit HaLochem. I was in Canada last year, also from Beit HaLochem, volunteering group. I personally am a disabled veteran from the Second Lebanon War. I was a tank commander during the Second Lebanon War in 2006, and I got diabetes type 1 after the war because of the high stress.
13 years ago, I got hurt in the bombing at the Mike's Place bar when two suicide bombers from Britain came. One of them exploded. The other one, they found his body a week after, I think. I lost 3 of my friends over there. I had bad 9 years that I didn't went out from my apartment, doing nothing. And then they brought me into Bet HaLochem to start climbing. At first they just told me they are cute boys, so I said fine. But now I'm in love with climbing. Bet HaLochem, they got everything from sports to art and shows, swimming pools. They got everything, but the extreme sport, I think it's better for people that got hurt in things like that because we lost our fear, so we can.
I don't know, it's a great sport. I mean, I love speaking to the people here. Like, great guys, they all have amazing stories. You know, they all have an amazing special story about how they got wounded and everything. And, you know, it's an amazing sport. It's pretty hard, you know. And, yeah, it takes a lot of strength, a lot of practice also.
So go ahead and test your strength, endurance, and balance in this fun and thrilling activity. Next, if you were an animal, where would you live in Israel?
Oh my God, again with these questions? I think I'd rather climb 100 more rocks than think about where I'd live if I was in.
Okay, fine. You don't have to answer these questions.
Thank you, literally.
We're off to Israel's biggest safari.
Oh, cool, let's do it.
Let's go. Did you know there was a tropical rainforest here in Israel? Well, I'm here at Utopia Park in the Sharon area, where there's thousands of different types of orchids, plants, and even animals. Let's check it out. Utopia Park offers tourists and locals a very unique and one-of-a-kind attraction. With an indoor botanical garden, there are tens of thousands tropical plants.
One-of-a-kind park. It really is very personal to us. If somebody says they don't like something, we go immediately and fix it. It's all natural. We try to authenticate a natural rainforest. We try to cater to everybody, from small children to older people. It's 100% handicapped accessible. We try to have something for everybody, including events and food, guided tours in 4 languages, and a good time.
To enter the rainforest, you must follow the sound of the waterfall. You can then take a stroll down the paths of the tropical jungle and come across a collection of orchids, coconuts hanging off palm trees, colorful bananas, ferns, and even peacocks.
This here is a vanilla plant. Vanilla is the only kind of orchid which is edible. Today we have it in a variegated leaf. It grows. After a while, it gives us a nice white yellow flower, the kind that you see on the ice cream containers. The flower drops off. We get a nice pod. After 9 months, you can open up the pod and you have the vanilla beans. You can boil the vanilla beans, you can use them in baking, and that is it.
The outdoor park includes a relaxation area where you can enjoy the musical water fountain show, a plant maze, and an animal park.
We also have animals. We have birds, we have deer, we have an ostrich, we have sheep. We don't have bears. I would like to have a bear. Something for everybody to pet or take a look at. What happens is that they emit the smell, the fly is attracted, and they slide down. You can put your finger inside, it's kind of slippery.
Yep.
Okay, so it like slides down the water slide. It can't get out because it goes all the way to the bottom. And in the bottom is awaiting a double death. It has water where, first of all, it drowns, and it also has acid, which breaks up the fly, and then the minerals go through the plant itself.
Open 7 days a week, this unique rainforest is spread over a vast 40,000 square meter area and even hosts private parties and other social events.
We've always done things, let's say, the right way, or we've taken the straight path. So if we do an orchid park, we want an orchid park that everything is natural, with the real water, a feel of the park itself, or a natural rainforest. You can hear the birds, you can feel the water. There's nothing plastic in the park. It's all real. And we don't put things in the park that aren't natural to a natural rainforest.
The park's nursery has many tropical plants for sale, and even I went home with beautifully colored orchids.
People who come to the park afterwards and really enjoy themselves say that the park has a lot of soul. It's not like some management company built the park. It's really personal because we all work here.
Celebrating at Utopia Park is a unique experience for children and adults alike.
Natalie, where are we headed? Because we have to stop for gas before we hit the road.
I'm actually glad you asked because we have quite a long drive ahead of us.
Uh-oh. To the north, to the south? Where are we going?
Well, we're going to a city. It's quite busy over there. It's Israel capital. Could you guess?
Jerusalem.
Yep.
Okay.
So let's head on road number 1.
All right, let's do it.
The Tower of David Museum tells the story of our ancient city, with buildings being cobbled together by kings, conquerors, and holy men.
We're standing in front of the Tower of David that was built by Suleiman the Magnificent in the middle of the 16th century. The Tower of David, of course, is the iconic symbol of Jerusalem, and today the Tower of David is this beautiful citadel whose turrets and towers were built, as I said, by Suleiman, but started off thousands of years before that. So, in fact, behind you is a wall that was built during the Hasmonean period, 2,400 years ago. King Herod came and built 3 huge towers, one of them still standing, and if you go up that today, you can see the most magnificent views of Jerusalem.
The Tower of David is the joining point where East meets West and Old meets New.
Jerusalem, as everybody knows, is layer upon layer of history. And I think the magic of the Tower of David is that you can see, and it's a very unique point of the Tower of David, that you can see all those different layers of history really within the stones. So when you're coming to learn about the history of Jerusalem, you're walking through history, the very stones that you touch. So if we have run through from King Herod building towers, the early Muslim period of a beautiful round base, in front of us we have a wall that was built by the Crusaders. That's not the only thing that was built by the Crusaders when they arrived in Jerusalem in 1099, but we can see that that wall was then later added onto by Suleiman the Magnificent, who then really made the citadel as we see it today with the towers and the turrets. And I think that that's probably one of the strongest points about the Tower of David, not just its spectacular views and the history that you can learn about as you walk through the exhibition rooms, but that you're really walking through those layers of history as we look at all the different stones here today.
The Citadel's tower offers a 360-degree view of the old city of Jerusalem as well as the city's modern areas. So tell us about the museum itself. What could one expect when they come and take a tour?
So we always say come up here to the top of the tower and start with the view, and then you can walk through the exhibition rooms and walk through time. As in the exhibition rooms it's laid out in a chronological order, the history and the main events of Jerusalem, some 3,000 years. But the museum is also a platform for contemporary expression in Jerusalem, and we always have temporary exhibitions, cultural events, concerts.
The museum hosts lectures and special events in music, dance, and drama, as well as many educational activities.
We have on the walls of the Citadel, and you're sitting within the courtyard, the sound and light show that happens in the evening. There are multiple performances, and you really see in breathtaking images on the walls of the Citadel the history of Jerusalem unfold.
And with an array of digital options, visitors can listen to a mobile audio game for over 100 landmarks that is seen from the top of the tower.
We have an augmented reality iPad game for kids that they can come and rent here. It's the first of its kind in Israel. We've got apps that you can download, audio guides that you can download, and it's very exciting that in such a historic place we're really mixing history and tiny little chips and getting a fantastic combination of the newest technology and the oldest parts of Jerusalem all together in one place. We're inside the first room of the permanent exhibition of the Tower of David Museum. But this is the time period in the exhibition that we're looking at, really, the development of Jerusalem from King David as he makes it the capital, and we move through to King Solomon as he builds the first temple.
In every part of the museum, there are different exhibition pieces that can help the visitor identify where they are in the time period of Jerusalem's history.
Well, we're standing in the Second Temple room, and I'm standing in front of a model that we have here of the Second Temple and the stairs leading up. In fact, from here you can see Robinson's Arch. And one of the nice things about the Tower of David is that it's giving you this history, and you can see how each part of the old city of Jerusalem fits together. And when we were talking about the Tower of David has all these different digital options, particularly for children, then they stand here with their iPads and they have to identify one of the challenges on the quest for the Swipe the Citadel iPad game is to find the different people going about their everyday life in Second Temple period and identifying the different people. So it's also a fun activity.
So if you're interested in learning all about the history of Jerusalem that goes back thousands of years, make sure to check out Museum of the Tower of David.
Gee, Natalie, all this touring's got me really hungry. What do we do next here?
Okay, tell me what you're in the mood for. Do you want hummus? Do you want fish and chips? Do you want beers? Do you want pasta?
Honestly, I could eat all of that and the dessert.
Okay, great, because the place that we're going to has everything and more.
Wow, where is this magical place?
It's called Machane Yehuda. Have you heard of it?
I have, but it's a ways away.
Yep, so let's go.
All right.
I'm here in Machane Yehuda, which is commonly referred to as the Shuk, where there are hundreds of vendors that sell alcohol, baked goods, spices, meat, vegetables, and fruits, and the list goes on and on. The history of the market goes all the way back to 1887. A marketplace was established where merchants sold their goods to residents who lived outside the old city. As these neighborhoods started to grow, so did the market with very unsanitary conditions. In the 1920s, the market has been cleared out, renovated, and became to be known as the Machane Yehuda Market, as we all know and love today.
אבא שלי פתח את העסק הזה בשנת 48, עוד לפני קום המדינה. והוא עבד פה 60 שנה. כמובן שאחר כך אני ואחי עבדנו פה. אחי נפטר ואני עכשיו ממשיך לעבוד פה. חנות של קפה, תבלינים. הרחוב הזה היה ממש מת, לא היה פה שום דבר. אנשים לא היו עוברים פה. עכשיו לאחרונה שהתחילו לפתוח את כל הפאבים והמסעדות, הרחוב הזה התעורר.
After modernizing the city, a nightlife emerged with new restaurants, bars, and even some live music.
First bought in the market. We opened it almost 7 years. We have great tapas. We have great food here. We have great alcohol. We have 7 kind of beer on draft, Israeli beer, the best microbrewery in Israel. We have great alcohol. We have Mekale and Balvenie, all the stuff, the good stuff. And in the weekend, we open until the morning. A lot of people, in the evening they're eating, in the night they're dancing. You can see, we dance on the table. It's a very nice place, very good atmosphere. There was nothing here, nothing is open in this street. And I feel that it will be the next place because there is wonderful atmosphere here. There is people from all over, all the kind. Big, small, Jewish, not Jewish, everybody religious, everybody come to the market and you have very different smell.
More and more tours of Jerusalem now include visits to the open marketplace, where people can experience lots of culture and great food.
I'm a tour guide. I do a lot of tours all over Jerusalem, all over Israel, but especially my tours here in Machane Yehuda are very popular, so I do those all the time. I start usually with a little bit of a background about the history and culture of the market. And then we go around and we do a whole bunch of different tastings. And my kind of angle on things is that when you taste the food in this place, you taste the soul of Jerusalem. And what that is that inside of this little shuk, there are foods from at least 15 different countries, side by side, none of them weird, none of them exotic. We just eat them all. And so I explain the background of the different foods. And Chachapuria is great. Unfortunately, it's under renovations right now, so you can't go see it. But it's just outside the shuk at the corner of Ha'eshkol and Ha'armonim and Hashikma. And it's a Georgian place that makes cheese bread combinations, all different things. It's amazing. You must go there when it's open again. Also, I like Ish Tabach, which is also outside of the shuk. Inside the shuk, Jachnun bar is great. I love it. I always bring my groups here, almost always. I also like Malawach, really good. I also love Manu Bashuk, which is a Lebanese place. There's a new place right over here, Papitos, which is a Venezuelan street food place.
We're here on our 10-day birthright trip. This is actually our last day. We went to the Wailing Wall a little bit earlier today, and then we have dinner. We're gonna have to say goodbye to each other, which is sad because we've grown so close. So we started the trip off in the north. We did the Golan Heights, and then we came down south and we did a lot for the weekend, which was a blast. It's definitely the Las Vegas of Israel. I think these guys would agree. And then we came back up through Tel Aviv, and then now we're here in Jerusalem. This market's amazing. I've been able to do a lot of shopping, getting a lot of souvenir shopping done. There's tasty treats everywhere. There's something for everyone here, and so many languages, so many different cultures. It's a great experience. I came on Birthright by myself. I actually had a break in my studies, so I wanted to explore Israel. But I came alone, and I'm leaving with 39 new friends. So we've all grown really close. We all have our Facebook group, our WhatsApp group. Like, we're definitely going to stay in touch.
The market's mixture of shops and restaurants attract residents, tourists, rich and poor, young and old, Jews and non-Jews.
We have like the people of the market. They're really typical Jerusalem type of people, meaning they're very busy all the time. They're a little bit stressful, but yet very welcoming and warm and amazing. And we also have a lot of tourists that come in from all over the world, from really China, Australia, America, England, really. And it's very colorful, very changing all the time. We never have the same thing every day. Machane Yehuda restaurant, it's near the market, it's not exactly in the market. And they have different types of food. Every day the menu changes. And we have also like places of hummus and falafel and stuff. And basically we try the places, like the stores in the market, try to bring something new, yet very, very typical to the Israeli nature. Like food that is not too expensive and yet delicious.
This Turkish-style jewelry store has brought its own colorful culture to the market as well.
This store, what we have is everything is sterling silver. What you see gold is 14 carats gold-plated, rose gold or yellow gold. We have plenty of things with gems, and almost everything here is handmade. This store belongs to a family of artists they came from Turkey like 3 years ago. And we try to bring also something that is unique, that is special, that is amazing and colorful.
And if you want to eat like a local, Jachnun Bar is a must. With the whole range of Yemenite pastries and foods, I got the scoop on everything about this traditional dish.
זה לחם תימני של מלאווח, ככה קוראים לו התימנים. התימנים היו שמים את זה רק עם רסק עגבניות מגורדות, עם ביצה קשה, egg, spicy, a little spicy. ואז בגלל שהתימנים כבר זה קרה פעם, באתי לשוק מחנה יהודה עם המלאווח שלהם, ועם הרסק שלהם ועם הסחוג שלהם, והוספתי קצת התוספות שלי, eggplant, fried onion and mushroom, with very good topping inside. The jachnun is this one, is this weight, you see it? זה לחם שאופים אותו בתנור הרבה זמן. זה הם היו אוכלים בשבת התימנים. זה בצק שהם שמים אותו איזה 12-14 שעות בתנור. וגם את זה הם אוכלים עם ביצה רסק חריף. זה היה המעדן שלהם, הג'חנון. אין בזה ממולא כלום. אפשר לפתוח את זה גם, כמו שאני עושה. ואני ממלא את זה, גם את הדברים האלה בפנים. ומגלגל אותו עם התוספות, כמו לאפה מגולגלת, עם תוספות מאוד טעימים. פשוט כל התיירים, כולם, כל העולם באים לטעום פה בשוק הזה, את הדבר הזה ואת המלאווח. מלאווח!
With the mix of colors and flavors, today's modern and increasingly popular market continues to bring in people from all over the world to enjoy, shop, and eat together.
That's all the cruising we have for you today. Join us again next Sunday. And remember, on ILTV.tv, we cruise Israel 24/7. Bye-bye.
Bye.